which 80-20 we should choose. Last episode, we were talking about how to use and why we're using 80-20 to make frames. But 80-20 has lots of different type and size. This episode, we're going to discuss how to choose the right size of 80-20 for our van build. Let's look into the official 80-20 definition. They have two common model, name is 10 series and 15 series. 10 series means each side of the aluminum is 1 inch. 15 series means each side is 1.5 inches. There is other size called 20-20, but it's not 2 inch by 2 inch. It's a 20 millimeter by 20 millimeter. Another size is called 45 series. That's 45 millimeter by 45 millimeters. Usually, the bigger size is more strength. We're using 10 series or 15 series in van build. There is also different type of 80-20. There's a 1 slot, 2 slot, 3 slot, and 4 slot configurations. And also there's a double or triple type of 80-20. The slot means at the face there is a groove you can attach part onto. No slot means that face is smooth. The more slot, more flexibility you can attaching parts. That means the 4 slot will be the most adaptable. The 2 slot only has very limited direction can attaching things onto. You have to really plan out when you're assemble, when you're using 1 slot or 2 slot. Otherwise, there will be no slot to attach. Then somebody will ask why we just use 4 slot one for everything. Then we don't have to worry about plan slots. But if you look at the slot carefully, if one face doesn't have a slot, then it will close off. Then the closed off section will be much stronger than the cut off slot section. That means 4 slot one is weaker than the 3 slot one. The 3 slot one will be weaker than the 2 slot. So if you plan ahead and plan careful, just use the slot when you need, then will maximum the efficiency and the strength. My choice is using 10 series aluminum, 2 slot and the 3 slot version. There's lots of people using 15 series. No doubt, 15 series is much stronger than 10 series. But in the van build, unless you need very long thing, it's very hardly to use very long single 80-20 to build something. Most structure will be less than 3 feet. So even some place you need extra long structure, you can still adding extra piece of 10 series from form some post and support to reinforce that part of the structure to make it sturdy. The reason I'm trying to avoid using 15 series is 15 series takes more room because it's time and half of 10 series. And also the price is double too. Of course, the weight is double too. And also 15 series in China and the European market, their size is only by the millimeters. So they have a 20 millimeter, 25, 30, 40 millimeter size of a 8020. Their 25 millimeter extrusion is exactly the same size of North America 10 series. So their parts can interchangeable. And their parts is much cheaper than the original 8020 parts sold in North America. So that's another reason I'm choosing 10 series. But the 15 series, there's no interchangeable Chinese parts. So then you have it. This is my concern about how to choose the right size and the right type of 8020.